These are very basic symbols used in flowchart. You know that very first symbol is used to represent the start or end, that is oval shape. Oval shape will define maybe the beginning of the algorithm, and it also tells the ending of the algorithm. Then the second is arrow. Arrow is or a line is a connector that shows the relationship between two different boxes. Then for taking the input and for displaying the output, we can use a parallelogram which represents the input or output. Then we can use rectangle to display the process or to show the process in algorithm. And the very common symbol which is used in algorithm, which is used in flowchart is decision box, a diamond shape which is used to take a decision. So when you have yes no type of answers from particular statement, then in that case you can go for the decision box. So just in brief, I will take overview of what we had today. So we studied first of all what is algorithm, from where the name algorithm came, followed by problem solving, then followed by like what is algorithm actually. So we tried to show the relationship between an input algorithm and then output by taking sorting as an example. Then we have shown what are the steps in problem solving. So these are very generalized steps. In detail, if you want to learn, then there are 6 phases in solving any problem. Okay, so of course, when you are developing any product in the company, you need to go through all these steps in detail. Okay, and then not finally, the second last point was characteristics of algorithm, which we have just discussed, so I will not revise them once again. And finally we have seen that there are two design tools for writing algorithm. And what are those two design tools? One is pseudocode and other is flowchart. So pseudocode will simply reflect algorithm steps in the form of common English language, but the difference between pseudocode and algorithm is pseudocodes are in a little bit more detail than the algorithm. Advantages of pseudocode we discussed already, do's and don'ts, and finally we concluded with the flowchart by knowing what are the set of symbols used in writing the flowchart. So I think this is enough for now. We will stop for today's lecture, and let us have question answer session. Can you stop recording please?